Hello everyone, my name is Selah Cohen and I'm the founder and creative director of The Vibrant Creative, www.thevibrantcreative.com. I'm here today to introduce to you the Vibrant Creative Guide and Planner. It is a system to streamline, sort, strategize, and schedule your life. Whether you're an artist, a creative person of a different hobby, etc., it doesn't matter. You can use this planner for your business, for homeschool, for being a teacher. Really, it's a clean format paper planner that also helps you streamline your goals a little bit more and answer some questions to your top 3 most important passions and what you would like to achieve, then helps you to schedule those in a way that is achievable. And so it is much more than just an agenda. So I'd like to share a little bit more with you about that. Basically, this is my version right here. This is mine, and I chose to laminate it. Now, what you receive when you order it is you receive a manila envelope with the loose leaf pages. We will have the page count for you up on the store. It does tend to fluctuate depending on what we've added to it and how we're updating it. This is the July 2017 through December 2018. And I chose to coil it and to put a laminated cover on the front and the back. But you will receive back-to-back color pages on 24-pound paper, 8.5 by 11 size. It is slightly better than your regular copy paper. And I would say that you could probably use gel pens on there, no problem. Ballpoint pen, no problem. I would be a little more careful with Sharpie pens or felt tip pens and stick to really fine tipped pens or it might bleed through. Just be very careful and do test and error before you start. So let's get started and then you get to decide. And the reason we did this and we kept it loose is because most people we saw on videos want to customize their planners anyway. We saw people taking the Erin Condren and the Happy Planner and putting them into different binders and 3-hole punching and disc bound to regular rings and all over the map. And we just thought, well, let's just keep this simple. Let's just let you guys do what you want to do with it. And we just provide the actual product. Then you can decide if you want a 3-hole punch, or if you want disc bound system, or if you even want to bind it, or you want to just keep it loose like this. Some people prefer that, and you can put it in an expanding file. And that way you might only take out a section at a time to work on. It's completely up to you. This is a highly customizable system and progression through a system, and you can really make it specific to your needs. Okay, and as I go through, I'm going to think of other things that I'd like to share with you, but let's go ahead and get started. This is the planner information. You might want to be very careful which emails and phone numbers you share here, obviously, just in case it's found by someone. Maybe you have a throwaway type email that you can use, or a phone number that goes somehow to a more private setting, etc. And we share with you a little bit about the planner itself. So this is the overall description of the planner and the system idea behind it. And here it is. This is our table of contents. You'll notice the pages are not filled in. That is because you get to customize it, you get to add to it, and you might decide, you know, you want to just leave this blank. You want to use tabs, and you can actually get some really nice tabs. I think I found them at the Container Store. I don't have them here right now, but you can tab them at the top, or you can tab them on the side, and they're just sticky on one side, and you just glue them, or however you want to do it. But when you customize it, obviously page numbers will change. So that's why that's like that. And I recommend you use erasable ink or pencil for that because it will change often. Okay, so this product is basically divided up into 2 sections. We have the section that's called the guide, and then we have the planner. Then there's 2 sections under each heading. So we have streamline and we have strategize, and then we have sort and schedule. It's actually a system that it's designed to flow down. Now, you can get this all out of order if you would like, but just keep in mind this is the original intention of the product, and it's designed to help you go from, I don't know what I'm doing and life is so chaotic, or I have a few ideas, but I feel like it's just, I'm not as streamlined and focused as I need to be, to scheduling on a calendar. So just keep that in mind, please, and switch things around as you see fit. Very good. So our first part, streamline. These are questions designed to help you really think through maybe what has happened in the past, if you've tried this before, what your ideal choices would be if you could just focus on 3 things. Now, I will tell you it is designed for creatives and artists, but you can actually use this for your business. You can use this for your homeschool. You can use this as an athlete, perhaps. And the structure itself works for any number of disciplines. It doesn't have to just be for an artist. So don't be discouraged if you see the creative part and you're like, I'm not creative at all. It actually takes creativity to do all of those things. And we just help you along with a structure. It's basically a skeleton that works for all kinds of different lifestyles and sports, hobbies, etc. Very good. So what we try to do is get you down to basically your top 3 items that you really want to work on. Okay, then here's where we start really helping you get specific. So let's say you have an idea. You have an idea for a business, you have an idea for a book, a group, a homeschool field trip, whatever it might be. And we help you break it down. This is a concept outline. While it may appear at first to be business oriented, you can actually modify it for your needs. And you can decide on your team, who's going with you on this trip, or who's going to be a part of this workshop, etc. And then the concept detail goes into a little bit more detail than that, so you can continue to break that down even further. Next, we have a quarterly overview, and this is basically for, every quarter, just kind of refocusing and saying, how are we doing an intake, and getting an idea of where things stand. Now, this you can actually put at the beginning of those 2 if you want. Excuse me. We have a goal and idea flow chart. So the way this works is you can basically throw in ideas that are popping into your head in any number of these boxes. This is one idea, another idea, and another idea. You may know the goal already, or you may just know that you want to work with somebody, or why, or when. Or you may just know the how. I have an idea for how to do something, but I'm not really sure about who I'm going to work with. Well, the beauty of this is you just put in what you know, and then pretty soon you've filled in all of them, each for one idea. And then, of course, you go to your computer and you enter it and develop it more properly. This guide and planner is really designed to be with you in the car or in your backpack. It's portable. It doesn't require an outlet, and you can keep it in your bag. And then, of course, take whatever you write down and transfer it into your computer later. Here, or maybe not, it depends how you work. Some people still really like, pen and paper, and that's great. Here is a project workflow, and you can put one idea in here and develop it going this way, and then maybe an offshoot idea on each of those. Or you may decide that you want to use this some other way. That is fine. That is how this is designed. Here is a storyboard. And if you've spent any time looking at the extras on films, you know what a storyboard is. It's basically a scene in a movie and a description of what's happening. But you might use this for a video if you're filming and you have an idea and you have a description here of what you plan to do, etc. Or you may just throw that out the window and use this in an entirely different way. Absolutely fine. These are not back-to-back pages. Again, yours will be. This is 8.5 by 11 paper. I think I forgot to say that. Okay, let's say you have a blog, or you know that you should, and you're scared out of your mind. You don't know what you're doing. Or let's say you need a brush up. This is a workflow that is basically a template guiding you through how to write a good blog post and then how to track it. So it has a place for you to track where on social media you've put it, how it did, feedback, and things like that. Okay, now we're actually getting into the section of the planner, and not, we've left the guide and we're moving into the planner. So this part is called Sort. This has more charts and trackers. This could be a seating chart for a teacher. It could also be a way to track not purchases, or maybe purchases, or sales for your business per month, per 50 items or 10 items. It can be any number of things. Another customizable chart. You might decide this is a student and this is the independent study program. You might decide this is the day of the week and this is the menu. You can use this in several different ways, or coworkers and things that they're responsible for. Goal tracker. with different phases and steps. Reminder tracker with different steps and phases again. And to-do list. This is a job or sale tracker if you have a business, or if you're an independent contractor, or if you're a nanny, or whatever it might be. A budget tracker for all the different areas for finances, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a business owner, or maybe a student. Here you have an expense tracker in red, so you know that you can tell it apart from the deposit tracker. And different phases that you can check off as you go on that. This is a contact list. Again, this is intended to be something you can quickly write in, and then you can go and enter it back in your computer and keep that database up to date, or enter it into your phone, whatever you use. This is a purchase tracker. Now we're getting into the scheduling, which is the calendar section. Okay, this is where I want to spend the bulk of our time. Now, when you receive your planner, your guide and planner, excuse me, these are going to be back to back. But we will ensure that they lay flat for you. So the pages are going to be back to back, but we will ensure that when you punch them, and you have to be careful that you punch them, if you do punch them, on the inside of the ones that are going to lay side by side like these and the calendar pages, you need to go through and make sure it's in the right order so that this occurs. Otherwise, we can't give you refunds. So please be careful with that. Here you have an overview of the year from July 2017 to December 2018. Another overview here of really important events, weddings, conferences, etc. But just keep that in mind when you get it loose leaf. You need to be careful about that. Go through and put it in exactly the order, or just take your time and punch each page by itself. That is what I tend to do. That way, no surprises. Here's another one that needs to be side by side, which is just monthly overviews, where you can quickly write little reminders, notes, drawings, whatever. Okay, very good. Now we're getting into the actual calendar pages. They are supposed to be side by side. Again, make sure you're punching on the inside. Whether you use disc punch or 3-hole punch, or you bind it, just be sure that you do that so you're not disappointed. Okay, I want to talk about two things now that we're in this section. Number one, I love sticky notes. I love them because they're movable and life changes. So when we designed this planner, you'll notice our months are a little squished up here. And the reason for that is because we had to make room to make sure these worked perfectly. And our program to design these only allowed so much room. You can see we got pretty close. They are actually very close. And you can see that you might not be able to see the number, but obviously you see the number before it, so you're good. You can always write it in there. Now, we designed this because things change. So if you have a concert, or if you have a school study session or test and it gets moved, you can easily pick this up and move it to a different square, or you can move it later, earlier, whatever it might be. Hopefully not earlier if it's a test. Then we also have sticker sheets in our store. We have some for performing arts and we have some for school, so please check those out. And more will be coming. Please make sure you give us suggestions of stickers. These are very simple stickers, okay? This is not a very ornate planner. We really, oh, sorry, wrong side. I want to give you an idea of the size of the stickers. They fit in the boxes, however, they're not removable. So here's what I suggest you do. Take one off, put it on your Post-it instead, and then you can move those around. So if your rehearsal gets moved, no big deal. You don't have to try and cover it up, although you could with another one, or with washi tape. You know, this is much easier. Pick it up and just move it. But send us suggestions for other types of stickers that you're looking for, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so just know that that is our monthly layouts. Then you have your note section over here. You can put shopping list. You can put all kinds of other things. So I'm going to fast forward through to the end here. The last one is obviously going to be December 2018. And there you go. I hit it right on the money. Okay, now my little book that I showed you over here is a little thinner. And the reason it's a little thinner, again, yours won't come this way. I had it bound. The reason is because initially we had just a few of the weekly pages and we decided to make it 52 so you have enough for the whole year. So you will have these weekly pages and you will get, back to back, you will get 52 of these. That's an entire year of weekly pages. So each one of these papers represents 1 week, okay? Now, you may decide, I don't really need this much room. Those boxes are really big. Great. Use them daily. Just scratch it out, put washi tape over it, whatever you want to do. And this could be breakfast, lunch, notes, and dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner, or it could be, for your children, for study or homework or reminders. You can use these any way you want. You can even flip them this way instead if you want to make lists. Whatever you want to do. This is for you. We're not going to try and tell you how to use this. So we noticed people were just customizing anyway. So we might as well help you do it from the get-go. So again, you get 52 of these. These are back-to-back. These were the part that did end up turning out correctly. And so you get 52 of these, and then the back cover. Yours will not be laminated, but you can always get it laminated. And it gives you kind of an overview. And I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of the Vibrant Creative Planner. My name is Selah Cohen, and I'm the founder and director of the Vibrant Creative, www.thevibrantcreative.com.